Okay, so let's start this webinar. So hi everybody, thanks to be here today. So I'm Mathilde Gobet from Aerospace Valley. So this is our last webinar of ActInSpace challenges, and for this last webinar we receive Continental. So Continental is one of our international sponsors for this edition of ActInSpace. They propose 2 challenges and 1 international prize that you will find on our website directly. So today they are here to present their challenges. So we have some experts, and then they will present you their challenges and their society also. So first I'm going to make a little introduction to introduce you what is ActInSpace, the concept and the aim. And after I will give the floor to Continental, and then we will realize a Q&A session. So at the end of this webinar, so please feel free to ask all your questions on the question box, and we will answer at the end of this session. So ActInSpace have been created by CNES in 2014. So it's co-organized by ESA and it's operated by Aerospace Valley. So at this time, 35 startups were created and are still supported by our 16 international partners since the first edition. So the ActInSpace timeline, so it were created in 2014, but it was just a French edition. We gathered 12 cities of France. So the first international edition was in 2016. We had 12 countries, 24 cities, 900 participants, and 14 startups were created. In 2018, 32 countries, 54 cities, 2,200 participants and 18 startups were created. And for this first edition, we have almost 50 countries, 100 cities. We have 2,000 and something participants. And then we hope that more than 35 startups will be created at the end of ActInSpace 2020. So the main goal of ActInSpace is during 24 hours, the teams come together to work on challenges based on technology and data from space in order to invent the new services and innovation of tomorrow. So ActInSpace goals are also to dream and to become maybe a future entrepreneur, to highlight the space sector and its daily impact on our society, to contribute to the social economic growth and the startup creation, to make the collaboration and cooperation between the space and non-space sector, and make patent licensing more accessible to all the participants. So where did the challenges, ActInSpace challenges come from? So the CNES had a space patent hidden away for a long time and then didn't know how to use it. So they decided to make them accessible to all the ActInSpace participants. The idea was to develop the space and the non-space sector's ID or startup. And Airbus just joined ActInSpace since the first edition as a sponsor, and they decided to contribute to the CNES patent with data, and that's how the challenges were created. So the real bonus of ActInSpace is by joining the event, you will have a complete access to the CNES patents if your goal is to create your startup during and after the event. So I will now give the floor to Continental, and thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. Thanks to be here. I'm Mathieu Graciot, and I'm in charge of communication for Continental Automotive here in France. I will, just before we begin, I will show you a quick overview about our group. Next slide, please. Oops, sorry. Yeah, just a quick overview. Continental, as you may know, develops pioneering technologies and services for a sustainable and connected mobility of people and their goods. As you may know, Continental is a German company, so you have the facts and figures here. Just for your information, lots of engineers, of course, in our company. Now, over facts, if it's okay, sorry for that, but I think the slide doesn't work. Sorry for that. Yeah, so we have more than 500 locations in 59 countries. As you see, also lots of R&D locations. R&D is a major part of our work today, of course. Next, facts and figures. Sorry, the slide is very long. Sorry for that. I don't know why. Doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, thank you. Our income, as you can watch now on the screen, and of course we invest a lot in R&D, as I said. And just to finish with facts and figures, yes, we have done more than 100 acquisitions during the last 15 years. So now we will give you a short overview about Continental with a corporate movie. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mathieu, you have the control.
Sorry, now it's Emilie Laurent.
Emilie, you have the control.
Okay. Could you switch to the presentation, please? Hello, my name is Emilie Laurent. I'm a project manager for innovation at Continental. I want to highlight to you a few projects that are linked to satellites and space. So we have what is called body high performance computer. As Continental, we work hard on automated driving. And to enable this automated driving, the car should be able to process very difficult and complex computation. That's why we work on this technology. And this technology will be linked also to multimedia applications. And we foresee connections with and through satellites. So this is one example of connection to space. We have also what is obvious, it's connectivity. We should offer to drivers and passengers seamless connectivity experience, means connectivity without break, without white spots. And that's why we will have connections through satellites to be able to provide such services. we have another project which is called eHorizon. eHorizon enables the vehicles to see around the corner, thanks to several informations coming from other vehicles, from clouds, but also from space. We will be able to offer this service in order to make driving more safe. Another project is called Intelligent Antenna Module. This is really the interface between the car and the outside world. This interface will be able soon to be connected directly through satellites. And that's why I want to present this project also to you. These are only 4 examples of Continental innovation projects. We have more projects that could be linked or that will be linked to satellites and space. That's why Continental chose this year to propose 2 challenges for this ActInSpace 2020 edition, because we see that it's a trend that automotive and space will be linked more and more together. So let's switch to challenges presentation in details. Let's switch to Emmanuel to detail the first challenge.
You have the control now.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Pasquet. I'm electronic engineering group leader in Continental Automotive in Toulouse. And then I will present you the first challenge. So first, think your car in a different way, not only to join point A to point B, not only the issue with traffic jam and the number of cars, not only pollutions. The new cars, the next generation of cars, will introduce new vehicle architectures connecting hundreds actuators and sensors inside the car with embedded Ethernet buses, 1 megabyte up to 1 gigabyte. The goal of this is to centralize the sensors and actuators information and then to be able to manage completely the sensors and the actuators in more rational way inside the vehicle. Then imagine your car sensing its environment. Inside the car, you have different types of sensors. So you have GNSS for the position of the sensor, for the position of the vehicle. You have G-sensor to manage the acceleration. You have rain detectors. You have also different type of accelerometers inside the engine to monitor the engine, but also on the dampers to monitor the state of the road. You have your rate sensor to be able to detect X, Y, and Z acceleration. You have proximity detectors for parking, for instance. You have also different types of temperature sensors inside the engine compartment, inside the thermal engine, but also inside the cabin. And you have also ambient pressure sensor or pressure sensor inside the engine, inside the car, to manage the system, the combustion system, for instance, or to detect some variation of pressure. This is, for instance, the car for the tires. In addition, the car should send this data regarding their state. So we can have information concerning the battery load or the state of the battery. We can have information regarding the vehicle speed, the speed of the wheels, and also we can have some state concerning the vehicle. For instance, if the vehicle is running, if the engine is running. This picture, this is just to present you some actuators and sensors we have inside the vehicle. So these sensors are provided by Vitesco Technologies. And so, as I said, you have some pressure sensor in the rail of fuel. You have NOx sensor, accelerometers for the engine, and you have different sensor, for instance, to cool the engine, some sensors for the fluid, the position of the engine, etc., etc. The next picture is presenting you what Continental will supply inside the new Volkswagen platform called ID.3. So you can see, of course, Continental is well known for the tires, but also some brake system and some infotainment solution inside the car. And now imagine what you can do if the car is connected to satellites. By sensing my environment, what I can do, I can aggregate the data. I can also correlate the data. I can share also this data. I can mix this data to provide, for instance, new valuable information and to be able to share this on the cloud or to exchange this data with different solution providers. Then the challenge, what could be done with the car data? Sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, so the challenge is what we can do with this car data. First, how to get these data out from the cars. What kind of services could you provide with these data? How to combine these data from the car and the space to make them more valuable? How to secure this data to avoid hacking? And provide associated business model for data usage and services. Thank you for your attention. Now this is Sébastien.
Sébastien, you have the control now.
So it's the challenge number 2 for Continental. We have 2 challenges. So this is the second one. This will be presented by our expert, Sébastien.
Hello, you hear me? Okay, so
Yes.
my name is Sébastien. Okay, thanks. Okay, my name is Sébastien Kessler, and I'm working for Continental Automotive France as wireless communication expert. Today, I will be your guide for second challenge, space solution to secure communication. I think I have the same issue as Mathieu. No, it's coming. Okay. It is known that space and terrestrial communication solutions are complementary, especially in rural, low-density area or overseas. It is also known that space solutions can provide services that can cover wide spot area for communication. This is even more true today with the launch of those new LEO satellite constellations like OneWeb, Starlink, or Kepler. Today, automotive industry is also developing the autonomous driving vehicle, and connectivity technology are one important aspect of the equation. It is obvious that those autonomous vehicles have to work in big cities as well as on highway or in rural area. Space communication solutions are seen to be promising to develop the autonomous driving vehicle in addition to already existing infrastructure like the 5G or the Wi-Fi network. For that reason, the automotive industry is interested to further investigate services linked to LEO constellations such as autonomous driving, real-time infotainment, preventive maintenance, software update, car sharing, pay-as-you-drive, and take the advantage of those new LEO constellations to either develop new services and or secure existing ones by adding extended coverage or redundancy. Today, our cars include many electronic elements to control the engine, the brakes, the access system, the multimedia equipment. Those elements are made of electronic and software like a computer or a smartphone today, and are subject to similar threats as illustrated in this picture. Another category of identified threats can be the GPS spoofing, where the intention is either to interfere with the GPS signal position to prevent end user to acquire its position on the map, or worse, to cheat with the GPS position and place the driver on the wrong position. Knowing that, it is possible to imagine the potential impact on an autonomous vehicle if not secure against such kind of threats. So security is mandatory for connected car services. For the above mentioned reason, the automotive industry must provide secure services to end users. How to secure communication between car and existing constellation. How to secure data exchange for automotive application by using LEO constellation. Those two questions are the ones we are addressing today to the ActInSpace challenge. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for your attention. Can I get the control now? Yeah. Okay, thank you for your attention. We will switch soon in Q&A. Just before, if you want to know more about Continental or follow us, you could join us by social media, but also you could join us through our job career. So please stay tuned on every Continental channel, and you could also switch to our website. And now, please feel free to ask the question you want to know more about the two challenges proposed by Continental.
All right, so don't hesitate to ask your questions on the chat box. So the first one is, does Continental already have partnership with other companies on services based on vehicle data?
So, okay, I will answer this question. Currently, we have a partnership with Météo France, so the weather forecast in France. We work jointly to use information from car. They are they are kind of sensor of their nearby environment. Sorry. So this is one example of partnership we have.
So what kind of patents will we have access to for this challenge?
It's a good question. We don't forecast to make a patent available, as it's quite new greenfield. So there will be no specific patent accessible for this edition.
Does Continental look for an encryption algorithm for the data between vehicle and satellites?
For this question, no. I would say this is state of the art, and for sure will be implemented in any of the communication link between a vehicle and a satellite. We are looking for things which are more innovative and creative than just thinking about an encryption algorithm. This is, I would say, obvious answer.
Thank you. Any more questions? Don't hesitate to ask. They are here for you. Couple of seconds left. All right, so if there aren't any more questions, the replay will be available on our YouTube channels. Oh, excuse me, there's one. Is there any specific technology we are going to be expected to apply?
Continental expert, I'll let you answer, Emmanuel or Sébastien.
So maybe can be the question a little bit more precise?
Do you want me to repeat?
No, I would say for the person who asked for the question, just to be a little bit more precise regarding the background of the question.
Okay. I have another one. Hello, thank you for the presentation. We choose a challenge number 1. What can be done with car data? How do you expect the perfect project to be? In which direction can we move to make the expectation and requirement for this challenge creator be met?
For instance, this is to imagine services. This is to imagine how to reuse some data coming from a vehicle, but in a different environment. For instance, just an idea we discussed before about Météo France. The fact that we are able to detect the rain with car sensors, this is an information we can share, for instance, to increase the accuracy of the weather forecast. This is an example of what we are expecting. This is all the services you can imagine by aggregation of data coming from a vehicle.
Okay, thank you. More precision from the other question. So the question was, is there any specific technology we are going to be expected to apply? And so the precision is, the question is, if there is no specific technology, then this challenge is primarily conceptual, correct?
It can be both. It can be if we are talking about the security between a vehicle and a satellite constellation. It could be a concept. Imagine a concept of an architecture where we have both satellite ecosystem and vehicle ecosystem, and found a way to secure how they are working together. And it could be also on the technology. So we are coming from the automotive and from the electronic industry. We know how to secure data from those industry, but maybe with the satellite, there is something completely new that can be imagined. And this is part of the challenge for sure. We are looking for any idea and creative possible solutions that could be implemented.
Thank you. Matthias, could you please be more specific on what is VWV? Question is Continental only into VWV? Maybe you know.
Sorry, I did not catch the question. Sorry.
Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe it's need to be more precise. But the question is Continental only into VWV? I don't know if it's talking to you.
Oh, no. This is just an example. Continental is one of the important, as mentioned by Mathieu during the first part of the presentation. We are in most of the cars. Not only European car manufacturers, but also in Japan, in China, in US, and we are providing different types of solutions for all the car manufacturers. And here, this is just pictures to show you, because it will be released in the press information soon. Continental has an important part of this ID.3 vehicle, but we are working with BMW, Bentley, Renault, Fiat Chrysler, and so on.
Okay, thank you. The first challenge question is: a business solution should be concerned more on overall traffic analysis in city using the installed sensor in cars, or it should track the driver behavior, or it should provide some mapping services like HERE technologies?
All of course. Do not limit your business model. Evaluate all possibilities, and also based on your sensitivity, what also you would expect to develop in terms of different solutions and business.
Will we have an access to an actual driver activity data on the solution that we need to provide is just the mockup?
On my side, a mockup, why not? Emilie, perhaps you have a different point of view?
No, mockup, it's the first step.
Okay, thanks. Any more questions? Well, if there is no more questions, the replay will be.
Yes, okay, Pierre, go ahead.
The replay will be available on the YouTube channel Connect by CNES. It will be soon available. Don't hesitate if you have any more questions. You can join us. You can ask us on contact at ActInSpace, and we will transfer the question to the expert if they can answer. And yeah, see you on the ActInSpace edition. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.